All right, if you are on the rocks with somebody, let's do this. All right, so anxiety, you don't know if there's going to be a tomorrow. Let's see. I don't know if you're seeing the world the way you should have. The world was upside down. All right, so again, we have the devil upside down and the death here. So I think you're thinking the worst. Let's see what's up with that. That's an interesting combination to have together. It's like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, maybe. You don't, it's like you're preparing yourself to run even though you want it. You want it. Or maybe like you want the chase or something. Let's see what's up. Not talking. You guys are between fights right now. Just so you know, he is watching you. Okay, so you guys do have... Okay, so we're going to try and figure out whether or not you guys actually have like a toxic relationship or if this is something that's good. Right now, I see that it is actually a good relationship, but let's just see. Because when you start to delve into these things, that's when things start to emerge, and that's that. So, all right, so you guys are having a little debacle. Maybe not talking right now. Definitely painful. Somebody has to apologize. And you want it to be them. You want to be chased by this person. So it's almost like saying, well, does he love me? I need him to prove it, you know? You're always constantly worried if this connection is going to be over, like this is the end. Because you are really in love with this person. You feel like it says something about you. But in your mind, you think this relationship is over. Somebody already flew the coop. And there's a disconnect right here. And then the starting of a new life, a new ba-ba-da-ba. What was it like before? You know, this person was not ready for a relationship before. They went against what they thought was right. And I feel like there was like impulsivity where they didn't think things through and they just somehow just rushed into playing this role for you. When they should have evaluated it a little bit more to see if this was really going to be for them. I don't think they evaluated it enough because it says here that something is coming over them and they can't evaluate you and whatever this stuff was their own at the time. Okay, let's see. If you are dealing with a water sign. Okay, so at the bottom we have the Wheel of Fortune. If you're dealing with a water sign, how is this going to turn out? Alright, so we have these two cards that are the same. And the Princess of Cups, that's the Page of Cups, and the Princess of Staves. Two of Staves. Well, it says already that one person thought this was going to be part of their... Man, this is sad because I do see it moving away from each other. I don't know if you see this. This is where there's information that hasn't been truly absorbed. And it's like something really nasty happened between you two. And understanding the finality is what's going to happen next. And you see how you two, very much the Two of Staves and the Three of Staves. Ah, man. This shows that you guys are in a complete deadlock of both of you are thinking of going different directions. You are the chaser here. You just are. But you're demeaning yourself. And you're not paying attention to what your parents taught you. I see it's you have grandma or something that you really look up to. And they have this standard that you're ignoring. It's almost like your family taught you better than that. And here you are acting payasa, pendeja, you know? It's like you definitely know better than this. And you're chasing after this person. Man, I thought this was going to be like a loved one saying, oh, don't worry, we'll come back together. I really did. I was hoping. I was hoping. If you are dealing with a fire sign, I will be comfortable. All right, for your fire. The Page of Pentacles, the Empress. You see how different you guys are? The Judgment. The King of Cups upside down. Five of Pentacles. And the Seven of Swords. Okay. This says that you've made some bad decisions. They think you've made some bad decisions. And you still haven't woken up from it. It's saying that the Empress has degraded herself somehow. And you're taking breadcrumbs from somebody who's basically giving you nothing. They are stonewalling you. This is how you see them. This is how they're actually behaving. Remember, this is how you affect the world here. Okay, let's see. Next is, actually, I'm gonna use these for, they feel more pentacly. I don't know. All right, so earth sign. Yeah, they feel more earthy, maybe because they're green. I feel with the earth signs, I like to use cards that have a lot of pictures in them. I don't know why. The one I don't need a lot of pictures is for the air signs or the fire signs because they don't have a shape. So just symbolic gestures are enough. Man. Well, this is some bullshit. All right. So we have both of you lying to be part of this love. You guys are ridiculous. One's always going this way and one is always going that way. Again, here you have the Six of Wands. One's going that way. So it's going that way toward lying. And then you have the Five of Wands here. Thank God it's upside down, but I don't think that makes that much of a difference here. We go into the Hangman. See, I feel like you're losing because of ego. And when you're in the Hangman upside down, you're struggling. That's the struggle part. You know, it's kind of like going on a diet. And at first you're like, I am going to do this. I will fucking do this. And you willingly hang yourself. You willingly go on that diet and still saying, I know this is going to be uncomfortable. And then all of a sudden you get turned upside down. Or the card gets turned upside down. You're like, you know, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. This is way too uncomfortable for me. That along with the Six of Swords is saying that's like what you have to see. That you need to move on. Because here you are kind of fumbling around with your swords when there's another person who is literally taking their shit and running away from you. They are literally running away from you. And that just brings me back to this because I feel this is extremely similar to the way this is laid out here. We have one person this way, one person that way. Whoever's who doesn't really matter. It's showing quite a bit of certainty to what I'm trying to say. And there's only so many ways you can read this. There really are. You can change it based on, like, let's say I'm reading about a business prospect, you know? It would still come out the same way. You would have to read it the same way. This is not going to automatically be, well, it will be positive in some ways. Like, for instance, if this was right side up, I would say this is more positive. Because at this point, it's like you've lost. And you've lost for the sake of ego. But if this was the right way, I would say at least you have the slightest positive outlook that you're going to try and see this through so you can get to the Six of Swords, but it's not. It's upside down. See? It's a card from my mom. Okay, so air sign. You're dealing with an air sign. You got a little bit of Casanova. Okay, starting anew. Look at you guys. Again, here. You guys keep coming up like... It's crazy. It's like you both keep coming up in every single one, it feels like, except for this one. You know, this one's showing me more of like what you're doing. So I don't know if you are more fire or whatever, but this is two people. Now, I feel like they can be good friends, you know? I feel like they could be good friends, but I don't see them as like... I feel like where one is really stable, the other one is wild, and you never know what they're doing. And they lie about where they've been. This makes you want to like walk away. This makes you want to kick them out on their... It does. It really does make you want to kick them out. Or just leave in general. We'll get one more bit of information. These ones. Wait, no, where's my small deck? I'll use my playing cards for this. So this will be... This will be the advice. I just blink out for a minute. It's like he's refreshing my screen. Queen of Cups. Oh, that's not good. Man, you're really standing in your own way here. You're going to have to go into some rehabilitation. You're going to have to work on keeping your heart soft. You come off a little bit as jaded, and you're doing it because it's like this toxic cycle. You are so in a hamster wheel. I don't know how else to explain it. You're just in a hamster wheel, and with every relationship, it's just like the same shit that you do over and over again. You have good intentions. It's not like you don't have good intentions, but you lie to yourself on whether or not something is good for you. You know, you're here as the Queen of Cups, you know, the Queen of Hearts, and you're very excited over this prospect. I see that, but it's kind of like a test, a karmic test. And although I want to believe you've learned your lessons, I think this is going to be the last time, hopefully. I really hope so, because you do have the 10 of coins here, but that can very much mean it's upside down, because you have not seeing what's good for you in action on what's good for you, even though this is supposed to be good for you. Or it's a test saying you need to figure out whether or not this is good or not, and you keep going back to old ways. Either way, it's saying I hope to God this is the last time. That's all I'm saying, because this is a lot. You're going to have to figure out how you fight also and dismantle some of those old habits. Especially if you want to meet somebody, you're going to have to keep your heart soft. And this is not a place where your heart is soft. This is. It says that you're going to go through some mourning, or maybe, I wouldn't say grieving, but it's going to be a self-analysis. See? Down here we have this, the Nine of Swords. Hopefully this is the last time that you do this, because I want to believe that you're going to finally work through all this. This is the Four of Swords. This is where somebody's like relaxing and hanging out, trying to figure things out. And the Queen of Swords is there. So, I mean, that's somebody who has learned quite a few lessons. So it's almost like your brain needs to catch up to your heart. You ready? All right. You guys, I hope that helps. Good luck.